Bisibele Bhat or Bisibele Huliana is a very popular rice preparation from Karnataka. Bisibele Bhat literally means hot lentil rice, and the traditional way of making this exotic delight is quite elaborate. Let me break it down for you. The first thing you need to do is soak about 4 teaspoons of tamarind in about 1 cup of warm water. This is about 1 cup 220 grams of rice that has been soaked in water for about 15 to 20 minutes and then pressure cooked with about 2.5 cups or 625 ml of water with 2 teaspoons of ghee. And this is about 3/4 of a cup, 160 grams of tur dal that has been pressure cooked with about 2 cups, 500 ml water with half a teaspoon of turmeric powder. The next thing I'm going to do is cook some vegetables. I'm going to put in about 15 to 20 French beans that has been cut into pieces, 2 carrots that have been cubed, and half a cup of green peas. Over the vegetables, I'm going to pour in about 2 cups of 500 ml water. And while the vegetables cook, I'm going to roast some spices. The Bisibele Bhat masala powder is the backbone of this dish, and I'm going to begin by roasting some dals. So I'm going to put in about 2 tablespoons of chana dal and 2 teaspoons of urad dal. These dals need to be roasted until they change color and turn a nice golden brown. The dals have begun to emit a nice toasted aroma. I'm going to turn down the heat and transfer them into a bowl. I'm going to put in a teaspoon of ghee. Once the ghee melts, I'm going to proceed with the rest of the spices. In goes 2 tablespoons of coriander seeds, half a teaspoon of cumin seeds, 3 pieces of cassia or cinnamon, 4 cloves, the seeds of 2 cardamom pods, 1/4 teaspoon grated nutmeg powder, 3/4 of a teaspoon of mustard seeds, 1 teaspoon of poppy seeds or khaskhas, 3/4 of a teaspoon of peppercorns, and 4 to 5 dried red chilies that have been broken into bits. You need to stir this around until the spices begin to emit their aroma. Next, I'm going to put in 4 to 5 pieces of Marathi mogu, known in English as Cape Org buds. This gives a very unique flavor to this dish, but if you can't find it, you can do without it. I'm going to stir in half a teaspoon of fenugreek or methi seeds and stir this around for just a minute more. The spices are nicely roasted. I'm going to turn off the heat and then put in 1/4 teaspoon asafoetida powder and 1/4 teaspoon turmeric powder. I'm going to allow these spices to cool down, and once that happens, I'm going to grind these spices into a fine powder along with the roasted dals. The spice mix is smelling wonderful. Now that all the elements required for making Bisibele Bhat are ready, let's put everything together. Into this, I'm going to put in 4 tablespoons of oil. Once the oil is nice and hot, I'm going to put in a teaspoon of mustard seeds. And once the mustard pops, I'm going to put in some curry leaves. I'm going to tear them for more flavor and add them right in. Half a teaspoon of asafoetida powder. Give it a quick stir. And into the seasoning, I'm going to put in the tamarind extract. I'm going to squeeze it with my hands to extract more juice. I'm going to put this flavorful mix of spices into this bowl. put in a cup of water. And mix it up well. This will ensure that this paste is lump free. I'm going to put this spice mix into the simmering tamarind water. And then I'm going to put in the vegetables along with the cooking water. I'm going to tip in the cooked dal. The cooked rice. At this stage, you need to adjust the consistency of the dish by adding in a little more water. I think this needs about 1 cup water. This would require about 3.5 to 4 teaspoons of salt. Mix it up well and allow this to come to a boil. This way all the flavors melt together, and this should take about 5 minutes. This is about half a cup of desiccated or dry coconut, and what I've done is roasted it into a golden brown color and then ground it into a fine powder. While grinding this, you need to make sure that you don't overgrind it, as it will turn into a paste. Just before you turn off the heat, you need to put the roasted and ground desiccated coconut powder into the rice. This plays an important role in enhancing the taste of bisibelebhat. And then I'm going to turn off the heat. The bisibelebhat is now ready to serve. The last thing I'm going to do is put in 3 tablespoons of ghee. And once the ghee melts, I'm going to put in 3 tablespoons of cashews. The cashews need to be roasted until they're golden brown in color. I'm going to put in the cashews and the ghee all over the prepared rice, and this further intensifies the taste of this dish and gives it a lot of flavor and depth. You can serve bisibelebhat with papad and a cooling raita. I hope you enjoyed this flavorful and unique dish. Keep watching Divine Taste with Anushruti and don't forget to subscribe.